Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's runs. So, week 5 of training has been a bit of a bad week and there hasn't been much running. So, let's talk about why that is. So before we get into why there's been a lack of running this week, let's just quickly go over what running I actually have done so far. So started this week on Monday, just went out for an easy chilled recovery run, a bit of a hefty session last Sunday. Obviously ended up doing about 44 kilometers last Sunday, so just went out and did like a really chilled run on Monday to kickstart this week's worth of training. Then on Tuesday night, out once again on the trails of the Guildford trail runners. Yeah, it was much better this week. Had no rain to contend with, which was a nice surprise. So yeah, really enjoyed Tuesday night's run. But that was the start of when things started to go downhill for this week. So yeah, if you follow me over on social media, you're probably already aware of the reason why I didn't really do much running towards the end of this week, and that was because on Wednesday I actually went into hospital in Wednesday evening. So the story goes, for the sort of past, I don't know, week or so, I had a rather sore throat. I didn't think anything of it. I just assumed it would be like a, you know, maybe the start of a seasonal cold or something like that. So yeah, didn't pay it any heed. So just carried on as usual, just doing normal things that I would to combat a cold. So, you know, topped up on the vitamins, had like, you know, cough sweets and whatnot just to soothe my throat. But by Wednesday evening, I actually really started to suffer with being able to eat solid food. So couldn't swallow anything solid, and yeah, I was struggling to breathe. So yeah, I immediately called 111, who suggested it would probably be best for me to go into hospital. So that evening I did, and then when I arrived they assessed me and basically told me that I had something called a quinsy, which I think is also sort of known as peritonsillar abscess. So basically it means that I had like an abscess that was growing in my throat, just at either side of my tonsils, and it was blocking my throat. So that was the reason why it was hard to swallow food and breathe. So yeah, I was suffering with that. So I was in A&E for several hours, various different drips, lots of antibiotics and pain medication and some steroids to help like get rid of some of the swelling of the abscess. And then in the early hours of Thursday morning, they actually took me into like a, well, sort of like a little mini operating theatre, and they sort of extracted some of the abscess. So they sucked it out with a needle, just to remove some of the pus and make it a little bit easier for me to breathe. Unfortunately, the way that it was swelling and how my sort of mouth is shaped, it wasn't very easy for them to get the whole abscess. So they just did the best they could, and it did make it easier for me to eat, which was a great relief. So yeah, I stayed in overnight, and then obviously the following day I stayed there for a few hours on a few more meds and a drip, and yeah, just recovering, just to try and get, you know, some fluids in. And they also wanted to make sure that I was able to feed myself before they could, like, you know, discharge me from the hospital. So yeah, that's where it left it on Thursday. So I went home Thursday afternoon from the hospital, and they gave me loads of medication to keep me going over the next couple of days. And yeah, so at the moment I'm currently taking about 13 tablets a day to deal with it. And as you may be able to tell by my voice, still not really over it. Like, relatively pain-free in most instances, but I don't know, I've got this weird sort of feeling, sensation in the back of my throat still. It's still slightly swollen at the back, and it just feels like my tongue is slightly too big for my mouth. So my speech, you probably already tell, is a little bit slurred, and yeah, it's just really uncomfortable. So yeah, I'm still struggling, but I'm not on my deathbed just yet. I'm really glad that it's like not something running related, because yeah, that would just be really annoying. So I've just decided this week just to not do any running at all. Like, I probably could go for a run, but I'm concerned that if I do try and go out, you know, breathing heavily and whatnot, exerting myself breathing wise is going to cause me more issues. So I've just taken this week off. I'll probably try and have a little run on Monday coming, just to see how we get on, because I am planning to return to work on Monday. So maybe if I can get out for somewhere like a little 5k or something tomorrow, to see how we're getting on. But yeah, that's why I haven't done much running this week, but I think that's pretty understandable, to be honest. So yeah, that's the story of week 5 of North Downs Way 100 training then. Before I go, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's like followed me, as I said, on social media, and like saw my posts about what was happening, and, you know, reached out with messages of telling me to get well soon and stuff. So yeah, really appreciate that. All of you guys will drop me a line just to say, you know, get well. So yeah, thank you very much for that. And I think that's it for this week's video, guys. So I'll leave you here now. So I'm going to finish my little walk with Theo, head home, get some dinner, which is probably going to be some soup of some sort, and yeah, have a relaxing evening. So that's it for now. If you liked today's video, please press the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more running videos like this. That's it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in another video. Peace.